Greetings, everybody. Waheguru ka Khalsa, Waheguru ki Fateh, Namaste, Assalamu alaikum, and thank you so much, first and foremost, my sister Yaya, for getting us all in one space. Give her a round of applause. I also want to thank my brother Wayne, who he got a chance to collaborate a couple months ago through 500 Men, all the good work that they're doing. But this conversation that we're going to have today in this space is so important, and it's so crucial that it doesn't just stop here. Right, I'm from Queens County, right? I have some brothers and sisters that came from Queens County as well, but I actually grew up in Brooklyn. So when we, from Coney Island, if anybody's from that side, you know. So I actually, when we first migrated from India, I was only 1 year old, and the first place I've known, and many South Asians did, was Brooklyn. So, and then as we, learned the system, as we got some money, we started moving and buying some homes out in Queens. But one thing that we can say in New York City is belongs to all of us. We all created it. We all worked hard to make it what it is today, and we have a joint responsibility to make sure all our brothers and sisters are taken care of. So thank you so much for having us, and let's make tonight great. Thank you.
Also, from 500 Men, Syriac.
Good evening, everybody. So I'm going to talk briefly, and I want to bring Wayne on. I'm the Vice President of 500 Men Making a Difference. What I think I see here is what the true American dream is. When you sit down and you break bread with people, you can't have that kind of animosity towards them, because now you know them. Now you're friends, now you're countrymen, now you're neighbors. I have what in my life I've been blessed to be able to grow up with people in the Chinese community. I have Chinese brothers. I have Russian uncles. I have Jewish compadres. And it's really about building these bonds and breaking bread and getting to know people and really destroying the things that would separate us and building a bridge to the things that connect us, that makes a difference, that makes the United States great, what makes New York City, the Big Apple, the best city in the world and the best place to be. I see you, you shout me out there. Good to see you. And my name again, once again, my name is Syriac Samuel of 500 Men. So happy to see this, because this is the true definition of the melting pot. This is what the United States is. This is what the American dream is.
I want to introduce you to Tani.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Tani Gorkova. I am the founder and executive director of a nonprofit Brooklyn-based Steps with Sisters. There we practice level 3 living, which is education, inspire, and encourage the positive health for mental health and wellness of women. So I do anything from community centers, churches, schools, colleges, whatever you need. I'm here as an advocate, an ally, and a coach. Welcome and thank you for coming out.
The mayor's office does not do anything with the assistance of NYPD. They partner with us in everything that we do. They've even hosted their own Breaking Bread with over 400 people. So I want to introduce Inspector Richie Taylor to say a few words.
Thank you so much for going on. They say when you're a New York City police officer, you're really one of everybody. You have the sensitivity, whether it's a church, a synagogue, a mosque, a temple. You're really there in solidarity when the community is going through a tough time. The community is going through a post-hate crime event where there are horrific incidents against children. Police officers really on the forefront. Just coming from Sunset Park now, we have a horrific incident, a murder, also involving children. 2 children critically likely to die, very serious. Being a police officer, you're on the front lines. It's a tremendous opportunity to come together with the leadership of Mayor Eric Adams and Lamona and the whole mayor's staff here that give us the opportunity to come to sing with the community during times of joy, during times of peace, during times of a nice event, to sit down to break bread and to hear, to see one another, and to see how we can do better, how we can serve better. It's not just the police department's job to keep people safe, but it's also equally our responsibility to make sure that people feel safe as much as we can. Which is why you see the high visibility of police officers, whether it's streets, whether it's transit. We have a tremendous police commissioner now, Police Commissioner Edward Kadan, the Chief of Department Jeffrey Madry, and the Deputy Commissioner of Community Affairs, Mark Stewart. We have the right leadership team in place where the message is sent to the police officers around the street that the community appreciates police officers. The community says that they need police officers. Clergy leaders say we need police officers. I just want to express my thanks, my sincerest thanks for partnering with us, for joining with us. I don't think in the history of the city, as far as I know, the police department has never had a better relationship with the mayor's office. Speaking of that, the mayor, the first mayor. Mayor Eric Adams is the first mayor, the only mayor in history to have served as a New York State police officer. Police captain, wore the uniform, same patch that I'm wearing now. So it's just tremendous opportunity that we have. We have the leadership about public safety, the leadership about serving. Think about it. I've been to many breaking breads under this, with Lamona's leadership with this. I've been to many breaking bread events, and we've seen people who come in, and first they were a little nervous, a little shy. They would sit at their own table with some people that they knew, but then it was the mayor's staff would say, you know what, this is about really extending that reach, going to a table with people that you don't know, that you've never seen before, and bringing that comfortability. And people, again, they were shy at first, they were a little tough, but they sat at a table and didn't know a soul. And they sat there for an hour or so, nothing much, they ate a meal together. And after, I know they came to me, they came to Ramona on the stage, I know the mayor's team, the mayor himself, and they said, wow, this was an amazing experience, a tremendous experience. Thank you so much. I was a little shy to come in here, a little shy to sit at tables where I didn't know anyone else. But I really gained so much from this, I want to do this again. And that's just what the thing was about. It took the mayor's vision, the mayor's leadership to make it happen. So again, thank you very much for coming, for joining with myself in the mayor's office. Ramona, thank you to a lot of the, can we just give a round of applause for Ramona? A lot of work goes into this, a lot of time, a lot of planning, a lot of logistics, a lot of stuff, a lot. It may look simple, but it's far from simple, especially planning as many as Ramona's doing. So tremendous credit to Ramona, Anastasia, the whole mayor's team. I look forward to seeing everyone and enjoying a nice night together. Thank you.
Thank you. That was Richie Taylor. He's Inspector for Community Affairs in Brooklyn South. Brooklyn South, Brooklyn City. Citywide, I apologize. So with that being said, let's just get started. Someone has a question there. I want you all to introduce yourself to each other at your table, and let's start breaking bread and building bonds.
Hi, Reverend Paul Slack is from Good News Broadcast and the World Peace Day concert, of which we do this in Times Square, September 21st, International Day of Peace. And 21 years we're doing World Peace. And so, how are we doing here in New York, based upon this 8 billion people here?
I'll tell you, New York's certainly a city, tremendous capital of the world in many ways. Look at what's going on here tonight. You have people from way different backgrounds, people who don't know each other, people who don't live in the same areas of their community, who are sitting at the same table together. Unprecedented, never happened before that I know of. To come together and say, hey, I go to this temple, or so says I go to this mosque, I go to this synagogue, I go to this church, and people to establish that bond, to say, hey, you know, this is what we're going, you know, this is what we're going on tonight, you know, where we have people talking about their challenges and what they're doing about the challenges. People are bringing up their families in the city, bringing up their kids. Public safety is on everyone's mind. We have a mayor, first mayor in history of New York City to be a police officer. Incredible. So it just shows that as one city we come together, all for one reason only. Unity, love, togetherness, and the tone is set from the very top from the mayor, you know, Police Commissioner Edward Kavan, our great police commissioner, the Chief of Department Jeffrey Madry, the Deputy Commissioner of Community Affairs Mark Stewart. We have a tremendous leadership team in place of the police department, and also from the mayor's office. Ramona Morel, who's really leading the charge here with the Commissioner Fred Kreis and the Commissioner of the Mayor's Community Affairs office. They're doing a tremendous amount of work. And slowly but surely, we'll touch everyone in the city the right way and bring everyone together. And we'll have that harmony and that peace that I see you wearing on your lapel.
You're beautiful guys. Sei gesund, as they say in our country.
Thank you.
What's your title?
I am I am Inspector Richie Taylor. I'm the Commanding Officer of Community Affairs Outreach for the New York City Police Department.
Beautiful. All right, thank you so much. All right, hi everybody. We're here at a very important event, building bridges, breaking bread, for people to get together in New York City. Mayor Adams has pulled it together. Our host, Audrey, hi Audrey.
Hi.
She's going to, this is Paul Slackus, is going to take a moment and speak to you. Your name is, sir?
Agape Mikel.
Aha, okay. Audrey. Oh, one more time.
Agape Mikel.
Agape. Okay, Audrey, what would you like to know?
So, Agape, tell us about what you do.
All right,
how you represent.
Okay, so I'm currently part of the New York Army National Guard, right? I have my own private security company, as well as working for the Department of Justice, working in the prison as an officer, right? Oh wow, that's a little bit about what I do in terms of jobs and organizations.
And tell me how you were telling me how your jobs take different priorities. The priorities, yeah.
Okay, so what I was explaining, so being part of the New York Army National Guard, your obligation is part-time, 1 week in a month, 2 weeks out the summer, 2 weeks out the summer. However, because it's 1 week in a month, you have the opportunity to do something else, whether it's go to school or get another full-time job, right? So for me, I've been part of the New York Army National Guard for almost 11 years, and I applied for a job with the Department of Justice, working in the federal prisons, right? How does that work? The military trumps everything. So if the military was to activate me for anything, orders, whatever it is, I present the orders to my job, and the job has to honor it because I'm protected under the SCRA law, right? They cannot fire me. So I'm still able to be in the military and still keep my job at the same time. So that's how I'm able to start my own company and still have a civilian job, if that makes sense.
Great.
So, in other words, the military can call you in, but your other jobs, you won't lose them because the military, they get to hold your job.
They trumps everything, yes.
Yeah.
So if I had to go on a deployment, or for example, COVID was just a couple years ago, right? The whole state pretty much got activated for COVID. I had a job, and I got put on COVID orders. As a military person, correct?
And what's your responsibility?
Working for the COVID mission? Security. I was the head of security at a vaccination site in Yonkers. So I just basically checked the perimeter. I assisted with the flow of people coming in as they were getting their vaccinations. It varied, but that's pretty much it. I didn't inject anyone. I was just security for the most part.
You protected them.
I protected, yes. But we did have some military personnel that assisted within the operation itself, right? I did some of that, but my primary focus was security.
Now, you were also telling me about this very interesting part of your job. Are you comfortable talking about it?
Yeah, a little bit, but basically the Department of Justice job, basically, yes, intel, where they have inmates in the prison that give up information to workers. Anything that's not according to ethics within the system, you have inmates that would assist us federal officers with getting that information.
That's fascinating. And tell us a bit about your own security company.
Okay, so the name of my own security company is called Luxurious Security Force.
Whoa,
luxurious or Luxury Security Force. The foundation is 6. We specify in providing a certain type of service because everyone that's involved is currently military, right? So what? Yes, well, yes, right. But what makes us different is the fact that we have military background, so we try to apply what we know in the military in our security company. For example, let's say we were providing security for you, right? And you had some high political event going on. We would do our homework once you give us the information, and if you require us to secure you, we would set up in a way where all angles are covered, whether all angles of security are covered.
And it's information that you know from the military.
Yeah, it's basic information.
Militaristic approach.
Yes, exactly. A tactical approach to how we provide security.
Using military tactics.
Yeah, so I'm not just going to have 5 people walking around you. I'm going to have 5 people, but they're all going to have a sector of fire in which they provide that security.
Very good.
All right, very good. I'm going to ask you one last question that we like to ask people. We do the International Day of Peace concert in Times Square, September 21st. 12 noon, Ringo Starr virtually says a moment of silence for peace. It's United Nations Day. 193 countries agreed to it. They've asked for a ceasefire in the world. Ceasefire everywhere. The killing fields, the schools, the streets, the bodegos, and everywhere that we have concern.
On that one day.
For that one day. We're doing it 21 years, okay? No, the real dream, we're peaceniks, okay? Imagine peace. Loco Ono gives this to me. We don't believe in countries. We're really a community John Lennonists. We would just believe in love and peace. What does peace mean to you, my friend?
Oh, it's funny you should ask me that because I actually, outside of the different things that I'm involved in, peace is very important to me. I'm a very spiritual person, right? So to answer your question, to me, peace is everything. Okay, if someone or something present itself that could shift my energy and I'm no longer at peace, I remove myself from that thing or that person.
That's good.
So peace to me is everything. And if I'm not at peace, I have trouble sleeping at night. So it's important that I'm at peace.
You're a good man. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
All right, we're here. Hi, Paul Slackers with New York Mayor Eric Adams, breaking bread, building bonds.
I mean, I'm sorry.
Get in there, Sean. Okay. These are all the people connected to this event.